Hey guys, it's Venomous here. Welcome back to my channel, and hello if you're new. I make a lot of animal videos, mostly being about this guy right here, my giant schnauzer, Vader. Today's video is pretty highly requested and is all about grooming at home your giant schnauzer. Now, although these dogs are considered hypoallergenic and they do not shed, they do have very high maintenance requirements for their grooming. And so this does get expensive, and we just decided that we didn't want to be paying $150 every 6 weeks. And so although our method is not at the same standard as a professional groomer, it definitely does the job as an in-between and something that you can do at home, saving a lot of money. We have been grooming Vader at home for at least 6 months now. We've saved a lot of money, and he's become really desensitized to this and actually kind of enjoys it now. He even falls asleep sometimes. As you can see right here, he's actually being shaved, and he's very, very chill. And so with the simple products, you're able to do this as well. Now, it does take some skill and technique that you get better with over time. Again, this is like an in-between professional grooming or just an at-home quick job. And my fiance does this. He does a really, really good job, and I think it's only going to get better from here. And you can see Vader really does not mind at all. He's a bit hot here because we're outside, but that is what it's like in Florida pretty much every single day. Now, you definitely want to make this a positive experience for your dog. This is really any dog. You want a positive association with the tools that you're going to be using, and so we offer him treats, and this is something that we've done over time to get him more comfortable. You also want to kind of let him check out the tools that you're going to be using and let him sniff it and just check it out and know that it's not something that's going to hurt him. Some people recommend that you actually turn on these products, let them listen to it, and things like that. So again, this is something that will get better in all ways over time when you're doing it yourself. We just use basic products. Here we have some grooming shears, and so we typically use this to trim up his eyebrows and kind of the angles on his beard and face. We use a standard clipper with the number 10 blade on most of his body, and so that is what you see here. It's obviously really used, and it is Oster brand, I suppose, and so is the buzzer itself. You can find these on Amazon, anywhere like that. We brush him all the time. You really should do it every day, and so we use just this really simple tooth comb brush on his face and eyebrows and the longer portions of his body because the Schnauzer cut has this line. Now, we have shaved him completely down in the summer months where it's extremely hot here. And this entirely is controversial to some, especially the preservationists, because giant schnauzers are a double-coated breed that should be hand stripped if you're going to be doing this professionally. But myself, along with many others, choose not to, and so far we have not had any issues with that so far. Now, originally we were going to PetSmart where they were doing this shaving method and the standard Schnauzer cut, and so we used the template that the groomer kind of already had on Vader that was grown out to just follow. And so over time, that's just what we've been doing consistently here. And so with the number 10 blade, you're just going to go from the top to the bottom of the body in a brushing type of motion to shave the hair with the number 10 blade. This will only be done on the top part of the body, and that is if you want to keep the standard Schnauzer cut with that really nice line where the bottom portion of the body is still pretty fluffy. Here, Vader has pretty short hair, and you will have to get those parts that are a little bit more private and be careful around there, especially as you can see being done right now here in this video. Vader is still a baby in many ways, and so he does get scared or spooked at certain things, and you can see that he shakes a little bit because of that, but he tolerates this. He's not in any type of pain or anything, and he really is a good boy when he's being groomed. And so again, you're just going to go in this downward motion, going with the growth of the fur. And just be careful. This is something that you definitely get better with over time, and again, following the template that the groomer has provided for you. And you're just going to shave up all those areas as well as the under portion. We don't really shave the belly because, you know, we're just a little bit lazy with that, but this is typically done by the groomer. You're going to be doing the same type of motion on the ears and around the neck and face, leaving longer hair on the beard, kind of almost like a mask is on their face. You're going to leave that hair depending on your preference, how long, and then you're going to trim it up with those shears. So again, you're just going in this downward, kind of in a way that you would brush that direction with the number 10 blade. You can actually see the little white hairs coming through. This is really typical with giant schnauzers, and they're called stickler hairs. And this is more prominent when you do the shaving method. Apparently, this is less with the stripping method, but from what I've seen and researched, it's pretty common in this breed. Now, this is really important for the skirt. And this is the portion of the Schnauzer cut that is the longer fur. You have to shave it in this downward motion opposed to the sideways. If you cut it sideways, it completely takes out chunks of hair. And so you kind of have to align it up as a line to get that skirt effect where the hair is longer on the bottom portion of the body. This is something not typically very easy, and you're going to be cleaning it up and just kind of doing trial and error to get it perfect as you can. Once this is completed, then you're going to just brush out. This really helps with any matting, and it's really important to keep them looking very beautiful. And so you do this on the legs. You can trim the leg hair up with those shears if you want to kind of shorten it, or you can shave it all together, which we have done. He looks quite skinny when we do that though, because these dogs are a lot of fluff. It's kind of hard to do this with one hand on his beard and face, but it's definitely necessary. Their beards get really gross, especially when they're drinking water or whatever they get into there will be evidence on their face. And so brushing their eyebrows, brushing the beard is something that can be done with this really simple tooth comb. And Vader's very, very tolerant of this when he wants to be, and he just looks fabulous. You do have to trim up his face. The number 10 blade, again, around the head on the top-ish portions, and then you leave the hair kind of like a mask that's sitting on their face, and then that's what you trim up with the shears and brush out, and he just looks so fabulous. And I'm really grateful that my fiance is so good at this. There will be hair everywhere though, and so you can see here, Vader gets groomed about every 4 to 6 weeks, and his hair is not even very long in this video, and it does get everywhere. So don't forget a little snack, because you will be doing this for about 45 minutes to an hour to complete this whole process. But they look so nice, they feel so smooth, and the hypoallergenic breed is so cool and just looks gorgeous. They don't shed, they rarely stink, and so they do get very, very messy though with their fur and require high maintenance grooming that does get expensive if you're going to be going the professional route. So this is again just an in-between, something that you can do yourself, experiment with. Probably easier with 2 people, but my fiance's been doing it all by himself because I'm not there during the day. And so you can also shave inside of the ears to get the ear hair out. And again, the professional grooming goes into much more detail. Kind of think about like getting your car detailed. It goes into a lot of detail, and so same idea with this and the grooming, but this is something we found really, really helpful, much cheaper, and a lot more convenient, because when you drop your dog off to go get groomed, they're typically there for hours, almost all day sometimes, and so we just didn't feel like that was fitting to our lifestyle. And so I'm really grateful that we're able to groom Vader and keep him looking so spiffy and handsome, and everybody compliments us on the way this dog looks. I think that's mostly just him, but again, really grateful for the grooming at home. Well, here is the final result from his at-home grooming session about 2 weeks ago, and so this is something you have to just do consistently because their hair grows really, really fast. And I also learned that they're susceptible to some type of eye disease because of if you don't keep it trimmed, their eyes get irritated from their eyebrows. Well, I hope this video was helpful to you guys. Thanks for checking it out. I've linked all the products in the description, and you can follow Vader's Life on Instagram at Giant Schnauzer Vader and myself at Venomous. Thanks again, guys. Don't forget to like and subscribe and support our channel if you would like to. I will see you guys for the next video, and please leave some comments on what you guys want to see next with Vader here. See you guys next time. Like